Hello, welcome to ULT. It is the 14th of April. It is Monday, and this is my trade review for today, my recap for gold for the morning session. If you have any questions about my chart settings that I use, I did post a video just last night that breaks all those down for you. I'll try and put a link to that somewhere here or down in the description below, so check that out if you have any questions. If you find this useful, we'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. And if you are interested in trading with Apex, be sure and use code ULT to get the best discount. All right, let's jump into the chart. It was a very, very nice day today. The market was moving a lot and it was moving smoothly. It's just in rhythm, like Bob Anderson said. It's just likes to say it was just moving in rhythm. The waves are very predictable. Really a great day. Let me change my cursor here. So I marked all the valid entries. I didn't take all of these. I think I'll put my trade executions on the screen after we go over all the valid entries for today. I think I took 2 trades, maybe 3 trades in gold and 1 trade in NQ in micros. So let's break this down. So we come into the open. The open is shooting down. This is a valid entry right here because we have a low. And this is technically a smooth pullback to the green line. This one's a little, you get this kind of consolidation down here. So it's one of those where I didn't take this trade, but I was pretty confident it was going to work simply for the fact that we were in a strong, it was pushing down really strongly. Sideways consolidation usually leads to another drop. That said, it's not the prettiest pullback here, but it does technically fit the rules and it worked. Okay. From there, we get another drop, beautiful drop outside of the open range here. This is a huge candle, 70 or 80 tick candle right here. Big drop. We do pull back. I think this one, from the bottom of this candle to the bottom of that candle is 13 ticks. So this probably would have been a loser. If you got any kind of slippage on your entry, you wouldn't have got 10 ticks on this one. So that one probably would have been a loser. From there, we do pull back to the gold line here. This is the first touch of the gold line after a cross. Okay. And usually first touches of the line after price crosses the line and the lines themselves cross, this red line and gold line. Usually those are pretty good. This one doesn't technically fit the criteria because we don't come from a recent low. We're stair-stepping up. That being said, this is one of the trades that I took just because we're at the gold lines, first touch of the gold line. We're at the bottom of the open range. It's got a lot going for it other than that. So I took a little bit of a risk. I'll show you that entry. So while this is not technically a valid entry based on the strictest criteria, it is one that I took. Then we come down here, we create a new low, we bounce straight back up to the green line. Beautiful drop. This one worked out just great. From there, this is you can see a trend here, right? We're getting these short pullbacks. We don't quite create a low. We get another pullback and then a drop, and we do the same thing here. So this is not a technically a valid entry. It doesn't meet all of the criteria. However, it works just fine. I didn't take this one. Again, the reason this is not technically valid is we do create this pivot right here and we do break that pivot and we're not coming from a lower low. This pivot here probably isn't as important because this consolidation right here is all inside of this green candle here, this up close candle. Whenever I see sideways consolidation inside of an impulsive candle, I don't really look at that as a pivot. I look at it more as sort of time distortion, right? All this is sort of playing out inside of this price range. It just takes it a couple of minutes to play out. And so, this one's sort of fuzzy again. This one was one I think it moved down too fast. Otherwise I probably would have taken this trade. Anyway, from here we push back up to the red line, get a nice bounce off the red line. Again, this is one where this is good because we're coming from this pivot here, which is a little bit lower than this pivot here, which I just talked about is like kind of a, is that really a pivot? It would have been better had price pushed, created a new low, and then pulled back. But from here, we get this just a nice smooth pullback to the red line. Boom, we come off of it just picture perfect. It does take a couple minutes to kind of play out. Lots of consolidation going on through here. And these are big candles. These are, 20, 25 tick candles, or maybe even more. This range inside of here is 38 ticks. So lots of price movement. Again, I'm only going for little short scalps, so perfectly fine for me. From here, we create this low here. I do look at this as a recent low. We're looking at what, 1010-ish. This one over here was at 930. If we have a half an hour between kind of these pivot spots, for me, that's recent enough pivot. Nice pullback to the red line. This one works out. From there, we pop up, we create a high here. We get kind of a pullback. It doesn't really come back to the line, but then we get another pop up, a nice pullback to the green line, and then it moves off of that. And here we are at the end of the session. So I think, if I had taken each of these, there would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winners and 1 losers, so not too shabby. So let me pop up my executions so I can show you what those are. No, we don't want to do that. It shows all the where I copied them in all the accounts. So that gets really, really kind of, that's way too busy. So let's just do markers only. Okay. We'll go through here. I took a trade. This was a bad trade. I took this as a gold line bounce right at the open. So trading at the open, not advisable. The other problem is I marketed into this. You can't really see the wick on this candle, but this very first up close candle kind of closes on its high here. If I had been quicker and had my order entry right at the top of that candle, I would have got my 10 ticks profit. Instead, I ended up getting in about where the profit target would have been, and then it rips back. So started off the day with a loss, and this was a little bit of a bigger loss. It was 33 ticks or so on one contract. So not a great way to start the day. And then right after this, I did take this loss, so now I'm down. I think this one was about 20 ticks or so. So now I'm down, $500. Again, just one contract. Then I took this win, one contract. I took it for 20 ticks because the market was moving more. I went for more than my just 10 ticks, which was had me a little scared. I'll be honest. I was a little worried on this green candle because this wick comes down here. I would have hit my 10 tick target and then pulls right back up. And I thought, oh, great. If it went to my 10 ticks and then I end up losing on this, that would just be that'd be a feel bad moment. Anyway, it did come down, hit the 20, and obviously went way further than that. Then I took this guy here for 20 ticks. So that was a winner. Oh, I took a lot more trades than I thought. What did I say at first? 2 or 3 trades? Yeah, I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. All right, so this one was a winner. I took this guy, was another winner. And then this guy, these were all one contracts. And then over here, I started feeling good. I was back in profit. So felt like I had a little room. I went ahead and took 2 contracts here just for a quick 10 tick scalp. And like I said, I took another trade over in NQ on some micro. So I ended up the day positive about 500, just shy of $500 per account in my 10 PA account. So pretty good day overall. Strategy played out great today. Let's hope that we can keep this momentum up all week long. Again, if you find these reviews useful, this information helpful, appreciate a subscribe, and trade safe, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.